you hear that rain? I hope you can, because if you can't, I'm going to look really stupid right now. But vlog week 3, reason I'm starting today in my car is because I am outside the gym. It's Monday morning, it's 10 o'clock, we're being a badass. I'm not looking forward to it. But I thought I would check in with you about it. To be honest with you, I didn't film Friday, Saturday or Sunday of last week. Reason being, Friday we just got back, I was doing washings, things like that. You kind of want to make sure you've got your house in order. The Saturday was my birthday, we went out for Thai food, it was lovely. We just had a little wander around about town. And then Sunday, my mum came down yesterday. She's actually at my house at the moment. So she's hanging about so she can also see my uncle, because she doesn't live in the same area as me. She lives like 2 hours away. So I thought I would just give you a little check-in about the gym. This rain, honestly. Can you hear that? I thought I would give a check-in about the gym because I did not go last week for the same reasons that I have already mentioned, because it's just been busy. But I'm going to aim to go twice this week to make up for last week because I didn't go, because this is one of my aims and goals and things like that for this year. But what I have done today is I had some porridge for my breakfast, right? Which is a longer lasting carbohydrate. So we're hoping this is going to work. My blood sugar is a little bit high at the moment. It's not high, but it's like higher than I like, 11. And we've also put on the temporary target, is what I said. It keeps your blood sugar around about 8 or 9, which again, a little bit higher. I like mine to be like between 4 and 6. But it keeps it around about that area. So we've put that on as well. I put that on an hour ago. So that hopefully when I go into the gym today and I do what I do, I'm not going to come out and have low blood sugar. I'm just going to wait till this rain passes. It's mental. It's like, at the moment, the wind isn't so bad. Last night, the wind was so bad, you know, trees blown into roads, stuff like that. But at the moment, the rain is horrific. It's really, really bad. You'd think by 37 years old, I'd be used to rain in Scotland. I fucking hate it. I still hate it. Anybody that says to me like, oh, there's no such thing as bad weather, it's just bad clothing. And I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. I hate the rain. Hey, so that went quite well today. I feel like, what did I do? 30 minutes on the bike, which I was quite chuffed with. I basically just went on and put a YouTube video on. It was quite a long YouTube. I like a long YouTube video. You might know that because I make them. But half an hour on the bike. And then I went and done 20 minutes, I want to say, on the treadmill. So that was better than I went a couple of weeks ago. I feel good at the moment. I just checked my pump there and it is currently, let me show you. 5.2, but pointing down. I've just realised that says 12:08. I've not changed that since Amsterdam's an hour ahead of us, so I obviously changed it when I got to Amsterdam and I've not changed it back yet. So I will do that now. But 5.2, but it's pointing down, and it says that I've got 1.2 units of insulin active at the moment. So 5.2 is manageable because I will go home just now and potentially have a snack, yeah, like have something to eat, and then that will kind of level me out. So that seems to have worked a wee bit better. I think on the days I'm going to go to the gym, I'll have porridge or like a more long acting carbohydrate, which I should probably know already, but sometimes it's just like easier to have yourself a bit of toast or pour some cereal. But doing the temp target an hour before seems to have worked. However, the thing is, and this happens all the time, and I'm sure anybody watching this that's diabetic will know, or just has chronic health in general will know, I could do the exact same thing tomorrow and do the exact same setup, do the exact same exercises, and tomorrow it might not work. It's so frustrating. But that's where we're at now. I'm going to go head home, grab something to eat, get a shower, because as I say, my uncle is visiting this afternoon, and I'm going to go and check in on my mum and make sure she's okay. I'm hoping she's done my dishes. That would be nice. It's one of those things, even you get family night and you're like, oh, that would be quite nice if she's done my dishes. I cleaned up, we and Alan cleaned all the house yesterday before she came, but the dishes were still sitting from last night, so that would be nice. Hey, so I'm back home, showered. Good news is blood sugar went down to 4, just borderline there, so it's not actually dropped below 4, which means low blood sugar. But I'm now just going to make myself a coffee. My uncle has got here making my mum and him a little cup of tea, but I just want to tell you about my coffee machine because quite frankly I'm buzzing about it. I know this might seem really, really insignificant to a lot of people and they'll be like, a coffee machine, big wow. I have wanted a coffee machine, like a proper coffee machine. Not one with the handles, not like that fancy. I used to do barista work when I was in my teens and 20s. Worked for Nero, Costa and Tinderbox in Glasgow, right? Worked for lots of different coffee companies. Not one of the fancy ones, it's one of the pod ones, okay? But in my mind, I'm like, it's still a proper coffee machine, and Alan bought me one for my birthday. I'm very, very excited about that. I also got a little handheld milk frother. He bought me with it. I did look and see, like, I know Michaela has recently put up a milk frother that just like sits on your surface top and it froths lots of milk. So far what I've been doing is just frothing the milk, heating it in the microwave, frothing the milk with a little hand frother, and it's been working just fine. But we will see. I don't really have enough workspace for another item at the moment. I've had to move my bread bin to put the coffee machine in. It's in a different part now. We didn't use it for bread anyway, so it was fine. But I feel like once we maybe move house this year, maybe then I can look at a milk frother. I have kept it, I've saved it in my Amazon basket. Don't need to buy it right now. Again, bitch be budgeting, right? Also, if I wanted to buy anything this month, my allowance isn't enough to buy the milk frother. Like, I've spent money, obviously I was away on a trip and stuff like that, so I don't have enough left from that to actually buy a milk frother this month, so I'll have to wait till next month anyway. I'm not saying we're moving house next month, but you get the point. So this little pod one, I'm going to use it. You're going to get a little like actual real life vloggery style coffee. I feel like a real life YouTuber now. What's that all about? But no, I'm genuinely quite excited about this. Hey, so I'm just about to sit you in the cupboard because it's easier for me to put you up there. So it's actually Tuesday today, and I'm about to make myself another coffee because, you know, I'm one of these people now. Don't worry, I'm not going to put you through seeing it again because I think that's where I left you last. So yesterday I spent some time with my mum and my uncle. Uncle stayed till quite late, so I actually never got to kind of do anything. Well, took the washing out and stuff like that, like stuff around the house, but never really got a chance to kind of sit and do anything by myself. This morning I took Jack swimming, so we went and done that this morning, and he is now having a nap. Sorry, I'm just putting my wee water thing in. He's now having a nap, so what my plan is, I've had a shower and stuff after I came back from the swimming, and my plan now is to make a coffee. I also had my lunch already. I'm fucking so organised today. But what my plan is that I am going to sit down on my arse and probably play the Switch for an hour. That's my plan. I decided that the whole doing something for myself for an hour, I think at the start of the year I said I put it as a little goal as play the Switch for an hour at least 3 times a week, but I decided to change that, and I changed it to just doing something for myself in an hour of the day. So that might mean watching a YouTube video, it might mean sitting reading, it might mean playing the Switch, it might mean actually taking time to maybe film something, whatever it may be, edit, blah blah blah. I'm taking an hour to do that myself, which I feel is more achievable because, as I said before, playing the Switch for an hour is it's not difficult. I could sit and play it for 8 hours if I'm honest with you, but it's kind of difficult in the sense that if you don't have, can you hear my cat? If you don't have the time to do it, then it's almost like, oh, I've not done that today. Whereas I can find time, do you hear my cat? Honest to God. Whereas I can find time to do little things every day, which is a bit more achievable. I also kind of waved it in your face there, bought oat milk because I don't mind oat milk, I think it's quite nice, but I figured if I'm going to be drinking these kind of coffees more often and using a little bit more milk, let's try and be a bit more healthy. No point in going to the gym more often and then drinking, you know, a quarter pint of milk every coffee you're having. So I figured, let me get some oat milk. I quite like a little oat milk. So plan today is now relax and rest, but also once Jack wakes up, we're probably just going to have a bit of a chill day. That's the coffee machine now. Probably going to have a bit of a chill day because it is horrible weather here in Scotland. So we're going to probably have quite a relaxing day, watch a couple of movies or something. I am starting work at 5:30 tonight for the next 4 nights. So 5:30 till 11:30 are my shifts through the week, which is weirdly really good. It works quite well because Alan gets in from work, then I go out to work. The only thing is, I feel like people maybe will forget because we don't have our evenings together, although Alan is going to meet a friend this weekend for a drink. The weekend that I've got off is really the only time we've got together because I'm not here in the evening, so we literally won't see each other throughout the day for 4 days straight almost. I see him in the morning before he goes to work, I see him at night when I come in because 11:30 is not a bad time to get in to go to your bed. But honestly, like, I won't see him, we won't watch any telly together, we won't sit and chat together, and then people want to see you at the weekend. As me and Alan both said this week, we were like, do you know what, every single weekend since Christmas, including Christmas, that's the last 6 weeks, we have had something to do at the weekend, and the two of us are just like, do you know what, I would quite like to just sit on my arse and do nothing. With Jack, by all means, but just sit on my backside, spend a doovie day doing fuck all. That's what we'd quite like to do. But we'll probably do that on Sunday. That's my plan, because I only get 3 weekends off now in 8 weeks, so it's really precious when you get it now, because I work evenings any other time. Anyway, I'm gonna go have this coffee. I'm gonna go and play the Switch for a little half an hour or so, and then I think Jack will be stirring and waking up, and then we're gonna just have a chill day. I probably will come back to you tomorrow or the next day, because my plan is to do a bit more filming for YouTube then. But that's it this week so far. Not that exciting. I'm on my second coffee of the morning. We got up early this morning because Alan actually had to go to the hospital for an MRI at 8 o'clock. So I was up early doing breakfast duty this morning, which doesn't happen that often. It's usually his dad gets up and I get to lie a little bit longer. So that was a bit of a shock to the system. But everything's good, everything's fine. Today, I think what I'm going to do, I've got a little empties bundle. I think I might try and film that today, but I don't really have much other plans. I feel like I want to check in and say my aims, aspirations, or like, sorry, Bluey's on in the background. I feel like my aims and aspirations and stuff like that, I am failing at the showering before 9 AM. I am failing, because if anybody knows, if you've got a toddler, it's quite tough, because you get up with them, you make sure they're fed and watered, all that kind of thing. And then before you know it, you're like, oh my god, it's 10 to 9. How did this happen? How have I had my breakfast? My coffee's still cold. How did this happen? And I have not showered before 9 o'clock. So I may need to look at that and kind of assess what my aim is there. It's fine. I thought, you know, if I then go to the gym, then it kind of counts. Because I said on gym days, it didn't really matter. It never before 9 o'clock. But I also can't go to the gym today. So I think I'm going to do it tomorrow while he's at nursery. So showering before 9 o'clock. I feel like yesterday I managed it. We went swimming, so I was in water, you know, not before 9 o'clock, maybe by 9:30. I was in water. That's not bad, right? But yeah, I'm feeling it, that showering before 9 o'clock. I am not a morning person, and I know a lot of people will be like, get up earlier, do things. I am not a morning person. I'm just not. It's not in my habit, it's not in my personality. I don't know how to change it. I would love to be able to get up at 6 and be like, right, I've got 3 extra hours to do what I need to with my day, but I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. I don't know how to do it. How do I change it? Do I need to change it? I don't know. Anyway. Hello, so today is Thursday. Yesterday evening and this morning did not go as I planned. I wanted to go to the gym this morning, and that would be my second time this week. However, I woke up overnight. I didn't really mention this, but see, Saturday going into Sunday, I had a little bit of a UTI going on. Urinary tract infection, if anybody doesn't know. I'm sure you all do. Especially if you're a woman watching this, you're probably like, yeah, I fucking hear you. Because is there anything worse than cystitis? It's fucking miserable. I used to get cystitis. Sorry, I'm going to start putting on a wee bit of face while I do this, just so I'm ready. But I used to get cystitis all the time. So much so that I ended up having to go for tests called a cystoscopy. Maybe you've had that before, maybe you've heard of it. It's basically a camera up the piss pipe, I'm not going to lie. And my god,
It's not the most pleasant experience. I've had 2 of them. I had them in my kind of early to mid 20s, just to see if there was an issue. And they said, no. What they did tell me at the time was I have quite a narrow urethra. So there you go. And as a diabetic person, I am more susceptible to UTIs and things like that. The reason being, bacteria, it loves a warm environment, a host, like a way to get in basically, and it loves something to feed on. Now, because I'm diabetic, even with a really well controlled blood sugar, I will have slightly more glucose in my urine than any other person without diabetes. That's probably what's going to happen. So they feed off that, they feed off the glucose, the bacteria, and they just multiply, and it's like, ugh. And yeah, I've just had one overnight last night into today, and it is horrific. So much so that I'm going to tell you something right now. That basically I cut the wings off one of Jack's nappies and put it in my pants last night like a big old incontinence pad, because Jesus Christ, I couldn't get off the toilet. It was horrific. It was so bad. I hate urine infections. They're just awful. They're horrible things. So I phoned my doctors and got some antibiotics, because I was like, Jesus fuck. Usually, as I say, when I felt it come on Saturday and Sunday, I took some of that cystitis relief stuff and was like, that'll do me fine, thank you. And it did wane on Monday into Tuesday. I felt fine on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday evening, I started to feel a little bit fucking fruity again, and I was just like, oh no. I'm going to use this palette here. This is the Gothic palette, which is super duper purpley, plummy. But I think what I'm going to do is just put a little shimmer across the eyelid. Maybe, oh, this one, Lace, is quite nice. It's a little bit cool toned for me, but let's give it a bash. This isn't the sparkle, but I'll maybe, oh, that's quite dark. That's not really what I was going for there. Let's just shear this out a wee bit on both eyes. Yeah, but got some antibiotics, so I'm currently on a little course, 3-day course of some trimethoprim. Brutal, absolutely brutal. So yeah, does not go to what I had planned at all. So no gym this morning. I will try and go tomorrow morning, which is Friday, because Jack goes to nursery on a Friday as well. So I will get up nice and early. I think I'll just get into my gym stuff tomorrow, drop him off, and then go straight to the gym. As long as I am not fucking sitting on the toilet, because it is horrific. I think I must have drank 4 of these within maybe a 6-hour sitting, because I just was like, please flush out my system. Yeah, so this is quite pretty. I just want a little shimmer and a sheer across the lid there. It's a very nice palette. I used it to do a nice like kind of plum wing almost on my birthday, and then this shade here, Obscure, it's actually, you'll not see it in a vlog, but it's like a shifty kind of, it's got a blue tone to it. It's very, very nice. This is real life makeup. This is how I do makeup very quickly. I was talking to a friend actually, Audrey. If you don't follow Audrey, go and fucking follow her. I would say go follow her on Instagram, but now she has YouTube as well. So I'm going to link up her channel in the corner there. She is doing wonderfully. So Audrey is a lady over 50, and she's kind of specialised. She came onto YouTube to kind of specialise in makeup for over 50s, because she feels like that is a big bit of the market that's missing, and I couldn't agree more with her. So if you are into that kind of thing, or if you already know Audrey on Instagram, if you're watching this and you know her, go and follow her YouTube. I should say as well, Laurie has also came onto YouTube as well, just to let you know. Laurie's doing more like get ready with me, like chatty get ready with me stuff, which is really cute. So you can go and check her out as well. I will actually, do you know what, I can't link both in the corner at once, so I'll put them down below, because that's fair. But yeah, I was just talking to Audrey, and I was talking about how, you know, quick, simple. She said you should like tailor your channel. She didn't tell me what to do, we were having a chat, and she was like, maybe tailor your channel to like quick mum makeup, because people would like to see that. And now I'm like, well, I do that in vlogs. I do that in vlogs quite regularly, but if people don't come looking for a vlog, then they might not know what my everyday kind of situation is. Today is fine, because Jack is all obviously at nursery, so it's not that big a problem. But when he's here, it's all about the quick makeup. And the reason I'm doing it so quick today is because, to be honest with you, I just want to be ready. And I am doing things a little grungy today. I'm bringing it a little bit further down here. Initially I thought, oh, let's do something simple, and now I've got into it, I'm like, fuck it, let's do the grunge. Also have some feelings on that. I actually did wonder, will I do a video like, basically talking about the fact that all of this month, grunge is back, but also mob wife is back. And I'm like, neither of the two went away. They're just trending at the moment. Neither of the two went away. And I find it interesting because I feel like that mob wife aesthetic, like people have been doing that. That's not new. People have been doing that forever. Like this is something it's almost a little insulting to the people who have been doing it for all this time. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what those people are doing are cool. That's a cool thing to do. And it's like, yeah, but we've been doing it for ages. So back the fuck off, bitch. But with the grunge one, I find what's really interesting, I'm just going to put that blue right in here, fuck it, I don't care. But I do like it. The grunge one I find interesting is, I'm seeing like everybody in their auntie now doing the grunge thing. Fine, I'm on board with that, great. However, I am also seeing people do it and being like, grunge versus this, or grunge versus clean girl. And I'm like, I think yous are kind of missing the whole point of grunge makeup. Like even now me using a brush, me circa 2010 would have been horrified. I didn't use brushes. And I was only in my 20s in 2010, back in, you know, the year 2000 when I was an actual teenager and things like that. You know, I did not use brushes. I did not use anything like that. I used eyeliner and my fingers. My fingers were everything. But surplus to that, what I actually find really interesting about it is the amount of makeup people are slapping on for grunge makeup. I find that really interesting. I think if you were doing classic kind of goth makeup, maybe. But I don't think like I'm trying to think back to my youth. Like I always wore eyeshadow. Love eyeshadow, always have. Coloured eyeshadow, lots of different ones. Actually, if I do make the video, I'm going to stick some photos in here now so you can see. But if I do make the video, what I will do is include some photos of me as a youngster, as a teenager, and as maybe a 20-year-old person. Because I've always done colourful eyeshadow, always. But I've never ever worn foundation. For events, maybe. I don't think I really bought a proper foundation until I was at least 22. I'm not gonna lie. Contour, bronzer, all that, like I didn't even need it. It wasn't even on my radar. It was all about some coloured shadow, some black dark shadow, must in, and you would like put your eyeliner on and smudge your eyes and like, yeah, that's exactly what it was about. But I think the most prominent thing was that, see, if I went on a night out, I wasn't in the toilet retouching. I don't think any goth, alternative, that kind of genre person, you just let it run down your fucking face and you were quite happy. These ideas of grunge makeup and what it is today, because it's so far removed from what I remember it being, it does turn out looking kind of the same. I'm not disputing that, but it's not like the application is completely wild in comparison, because again, I did not have like loads of different products either. I didn't have lots of different products. I just had the bare minimum, the drugstore stuff. I used to borrow some of my mum's stuff. I think like lots of us will have as they were growing up. And Urban Decay, I want to say, was the first one that really kind of was a bit different and like, oh, I want to try that because they had such wild coloured eyeshadows and I loved colour for all I was a goth slash grungy person. So I feel like, you know, I've always been into that, and Urban Decay initially that's what their whole vibe was. Their whole vibe was a little bit alternative. Fuck me, at this point I'm surprised they've not brought out like the Naked Cheese palette. Like they do everything naked, and they would be better just going back to the roots, I feel. Especially with the current vibe of beauty. They would be so much better going back to their own roots. Okay, so I've just put on the Sky High in Burgundy again because I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I'm looking in the mirror. It's not obvious on my eyelashes because they're so dark that it's burgundy, but I do fucking like it. I really do. We go. I'm gonna put on a little powder as well just to set all this. I know, who am I? Powder gal every day now. I still only use the glossy powder, but I feel like for setting things, I'm kind of getting into it. I'm not gonna not be a glossy bitch. I can tell you right now. I'm always gonna be a glossy bitch. I love looking a little bit like I'm sweating, but I do actually kind of like this more satin finish at the moment. Maybe because the eyes are heavier. Maybe because I'm like, there's a lot going on with the eyes. I just need the skin to be a little bit more pared back. What do we think?
So we're back from outer space. I'm at the gym. It's 9:30 in the morning. Who'd have fucking thought it? I just dropped Jack off at nursery and I've came round to the gym. I am so tired. Because Jack was up a few times last night, knackered. And the cats are driving me wild as well, I have to admit. Cats have been so needy since we came back from Amsterdam. So incredibly needy. I don't know what it is. But I am kind of tired. And this urine infection isn't really shifting properly. I've had 3 doses of antibiotics now, I think. Is that right? 2 doses? 1, 2. Took 1 last night. 1 this morning. Yeah, 3 doses. And it just doesn't seem to be shifting the way I would like. I've came to the gym anyway. I'm going to drink lots of water. But I'm starting to feel a bit like I'm supposed to be meeting a friend for lunch after the gym. Do you know that way you maybe just force yourself to go to work sometimes when you maybe aren't well enough to go because you feel because you're doing other things you should be going to your work? Do you ever do that? I honestly feel like shit. But I'm here and I'm doing it. I'm not so like shit that I can't get out of the house, obviously. The problem is I do need to run to the toilet a lot still. Can't you really do that when you're talking to somebody on the phone? Like, excuse me, sir. Just hold on. Tell me about that chest pain in a minute. I really need to go pee. Doesn't work that way. So, we'll see how we feel. But we're here. Oh, God. We're going to do it. Oh, my God. Oh. We're going to do it. Get it done. And that's us.
Right, so I've just put Jack to bed. It's currently about 8:20 and basically I kind of was seeing everybody doing the KGH Academy this weekend, and as this goes up the now it'll be the end of this vlog, and I was like, oh, I want to join in because she's done a grungy eye, but I'm also a little bit like, I feel like I love the grunge trend is back. I'm so glad. But I feel like it's a little bit like playing at grunge. Like, it's not really grunge. Anyway, you know, you can call me a dick. I don't really mind. I'm just going to do some, in real life, like grunge makeup. Like, I already have makeup on, right? Went out with this on today. I've got some stuff through my brows. I've got some blush on. You can probably just see the remnants and like where it's kind of started to break down. Probably where Jack's been kissing at me and stuff like that, and the fact that I've just got on mascara. It's under my eyes. You can probably see that it's under my eyes. It's getting a little baggy under there. I am not going to touch up. We're just going to go on top because that is essentially what grunge is all about. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to sit and kind of get on with it at the moment, and I also have my phone, so if you see me looking between 2 cameras, it's because I'm also doing it on my phone as well for Instagram stories, because why the fuck not? Okay, so that's it. I've done my grungy look for Instagram now. I am going to go and take a little photo of it. What do you think? I hope you can see it better in this camera. I feel like on stories it's not going to look as effective. But hopefully you're following me over there as well and you've seen, oh, I do vlogs and you've checked this out as well. But, oh, this is like, I feel like now, just the experience I've got and how to use makeup and stuff like that, and however many fucking years I've been putting makeup on, 15-year-old me would be like, damn bitch, you spooky and you cool. So I'm kind of fucking into it. I love it. As what I was saying on my stories was, I've seen a lot of dark grungy eyes. Nobody is doing the dark lip. It needs to be there. It just has to be there. So anyway, this is going to be the end of this vlog, because now what I'm going to do is wash my face and sit and get a cuppa and just chill out for the evening, because as I said, just put Jack down. It's time for some me time. Well, me and Alan time. I'm going to sit and talk to him, I suppose. But yeah, what do you think? I feel like you need the dark lip for it. You just do.